This is Lynnwood, just a 25-minute drive from downtown Seattle. Most people think it's just where Alderwood Mall is, a place to shop and run errands. But trust me, there's so much more to the city than that. Hi everyone, I'm Maggie. Today I'm in Lynnwood. So there's a follower who reached out to us after we posted our renting video. And he actually lived in Lynnwood for a long time. He already moved out. He moved to Sammamish a couple of years ago. But he said, you have to feature Lynnwood. So today we invited him to show us around. Let's go. Hi, Andrew. Thank you so much for your time today. And you want to introduce yourself a little bit first?
Yes. It's so nice to meet you, Maggie.
Nice to meet you
First time
too.
seeing you in person.
Yes.
My name's Andrew. I work here in a local tech company in downtown Seattle. I've come to Seattle for about 6 years, and for those 6 years, I spent more than 3 years in Lynnwood. So that's why part of the reason I come here today to recommend Lynnwood to everyone else who is watching this channel.
Okay, great, Andrew. So what's about Lynnwood? What do you want us to know?
So Lynnwood is this relatively large city that's to the north of Seattle. It's usually considered as a hub or a key center for business, transportation, and for shopping here in the North Seattle area.
Yes, Alderwood. Yes.
Yeah, the Alderwood Mall as we can
right.
see. So Lynnwood has a population of about 40K here, and around 20% of them are Asian community. Lynnwood actually has a large Asian community here. So Lynnwood boasts a very vibrant culture, very diverse community groups, and beautiful sceneries. So I think Lynnwood is a great place to live, but it's like usually overlooked when people decide where to live. So that's why I want to recommend this as an option for you to check out.
That's great. So Andrew, what are the places that you would recommend for people who want to move here, for leisure, for weekends, activities?
Yeah, so there are a lot of activities to check around Lynnwood.
Oh, cool.
The places I go to the most, first is like this mall, and there are some fun places. Like I just saw an escaping room that's going to open up.
Oh, cool.
And there's plenty of things to do around the mall. Second, I would say there are a lot of sports facilities. There's golf clubs, there's a badminton club, and there's also a table tennis club that I usually go to.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and lastly, there are a lot of great parks around Lynnwood. The two destinations I go to the most are Magotio and Edmonds. Edmonds and Magotio are both those waterside small towns and it has great view of the Puget Sound. I usually go around there along the sound and also go fishing, crabbing there.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to check out.
Yeah, I always go to the Meadowdale Beach Park in Lynnwood because it's a comparatively short trail for my younger kids, and then you can go to this whole beach area that is super open, right? And then you can look at the mountains, and the view is really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice walk. It's a nice trail to walk around.
Yeah.
And actually, my best friend, he had his proposal there because it's so beautiful there.
Wow. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, that's a beautiful place. So let's talk about food because that's our favorite subject, right? I know there are a lot of great food in Lynnwood. What will be your favorite 3 spots for food when it comes to food?
Top 3?
Top 3.
It's going to be so hard to choose.
I know. Only 3.
Yeah, especially there are so many new restaurants going to open. I'm just going to be depending what I think, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think first I will recommend is a Korean restaurant. Its name is Modu. It's usually considered as one of the best Korean restaurants in the Seattle area. I usually take my friends there after they got off the plane from the airport. Yeah. Second place I would recommend is a Chinese restaurant called Best of Chengdu.
Oh yeah.
So it's a family style Chinese restaurant. It's good for the price, and you can get full. it's a nice place.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So third place, I'm thinking. So there are a lot of different community groups, like people from different countries around Lynnwood. People from Mexico, from Philippines, Korea, Japan, China, etc. A lot of food from those countries too. I would say there's another Filipino restaurant called A Few Cuisine. I go to a lot, and it's also a place I gather around with my friends for dinner.
That's great. That's great. So which one are we going to go today?
Yeah, I would say let's go to Modu because we are in Lynnwood and it's sort of the number 1 Korean restaurant.
Yeah, Korean restaurant. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So the restaurant I recommended today is called Modu. It's a Korean restaurant, and part of the reason I took us here today is Lynnwood is actually having a large percentage of Korean originated people, and I think I just looked up online. There are 5.4% of the population here identifies Korean. which is twice as much as the state average and 4 times as much as the national average. That gives us a huge amount of great Korean restaurants here in Lynnwood.
I've been here once. I love Korean food, by the way. That's one of my favorite. And we used to live in Bothell, so this is really close to us. So we actually came here for a Korean barbecue and then a haircut because we have a lot of Korean hairstylists that live here. So yeah, we've been here before once.
It's often considered like one of the top Korean restaurants on the Chinese app called Red Note. It's often recommended there, and I also personally have friends who come here every single week when he lived in University District just to eat here every week.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
let's try it out.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, what kind of dishes that you would recommend? Yeah, I've been here only once, so I don't know that much.
Yeah, so we can look into the model specials. I think every single dish on model specials is a big sound up. One thing I recommend the most myself is this one called jusami. This is basically stir-fried octopus with marinated pork. Also, I have my friend likes this braised beef short rib, which is called gobijin. Which is one of the most popular dish here.
The gobijin is not spicy, but the other one is, right? So this one's
this one is spicy.
Okay.
Jusami is spicy. Gobijin you can decide spicy or not spicy, and you can also decide whether to add cheese on it or not.
Oh yeah, I would love cheese. Okay. Is there anything else that you recommend?
So the model, I don't know how to pronounce, but this is basically pork top.
Okay, sounds good.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now we have all the plates served. Let's start from this one. So this one is
Model balsam.
Basically, it's a steamed pork belly.
Yes.
But you eat it with pickles.
Yeah.
And wrap it up and with some dipping sauces.
This dipping sauce is spicy, and then they put the garlic in it, and then also jalapeno. If you like really spicy, right? And they also have some onion there too.
Yeah. So I think it's one of the most recent updated dish here. It's really good. I've never tried this before.
Yeah.
So this one in the middle is seafood pancake. It's one of the traditional Korean dish.
Yeah, kind of like a must order for every kind of Korean deal. Well, for me at least.
Yeah, I think every Korean restaurant has this.
Yeah, everybody has it.
It just varies by like how good it is. I think the one at Model is definitely above average.
We tried it. It's very, very crunchy, and then they have all the seafood and then green onion, and you can dip it in this sauce that is not very spicy. So yeah, pretty light.
Yeah. And this last one is considered one of the most ordered dish here. It's called gobijin. It's basically braised beef short rib. It has been stewed for a long time, and it's covered with cheese when served. It has this sweet but savory taste.
Yes.
And it's just amazing.
Yeah. It does have a lot of calories, but it's really good because the cheese, it basically adds the flavor on top of all the spicy and the sweet flavor, and then the cheese makes everything tastes good. I mean, the mushroom and the potato and the beef, really it's great.
I think the worst trade got more calories, but you can.
I think so. Yeah.
Have it more tasty.
Great choices today. Yeah, really love it. Okay, so we are now in Alderwood Mall, and we're sitting at the cafe area. So, why did you pick Lynnwood at the first place?
When I was shopping for my first house, I remember it's somewhere 2021, and we come visit to many different metro areas or neighborhoods around Seattle. We came here to Lynnwood, we were in Mount Lake Terrace, we even go to Bothell. I think Lynnwood really stands out in terms of its convenience of living and the ease of transportation. And it's a very new city, and it has like great neighborhoods. That was the reason we picked Lynnwood. In terms of transportation or commute, it's so close to I-5 and 405, right?
Yeah.
So it's at the intersection.
And 99.
And 99, So there are three major highway or three major roads around, and you can hop onto any of those and get like 25 minutes, get to Seattle downtown or Bellevue downtown. Yeah. So that's so easy. It also has the Link station.
Yep, just opened the light rail station. Recently.
It's the northernmost light rail station in Seattle area, and you can take that, spend 28 minutes, and you will get to right into downtown Seattle, and it also allows you to go to the airport, etc. So it's very convenient.
Yeah, there's also an airport in the north. Yeah. So have you ever taken any flights?
Yeah, when I was living in Lynnwood, we almost prioritized every single flight to fly from the Penfield Airport, which is the airport from the north.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's so new. It's almost like a lounge, and the security check line is usually just 1 minute. And makes it so much easier to hop onto a flight and get to. And it has like flights connecting most West Coast major cities like LA, San Francisco, Vegas, Denver. It also has like Alaska, Hawaii flights. So yeah, we love that airport.
Okay, we should try that. Yeah, I should definitely try that. I hate the long line at the SeaTac airport. Yeah. So understand how convenient Lynnwood is, and then also I heard just like Alderwood Mall, they actually have a lot of shopping area in Lynnwood as well.
Yes, we are at the Alderwood Mall, but like within 5 minutes drive, basically have everything you can imagine. For example, Home Depot, Costco, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Apple stores, all type of grocery stores, like a lot of Asian grocery stores. There's the largest H Mart. There are a couple other Korean grocery stores. Ranch 99, and the TNT is just
they're about to open.
Yeah, they're about to open in Lynnwood. It's going to be the third store for them in the United States.
So I used to live in Bothell, right? So we came to Ranch 99 H Mart a lot, but they opened another H Mart in Redmond, and now we go there. But anyway, although there are a lot of shopping areas, I don't see that gets super crowded though, and still quite easy to park and everything.
Yes, that's another reason to live here. I think it's so much easier to find a parking spot
than Bellevue.
Yeah, than Bellevue, and also I lived in downtown Seattle before. It's so hard, and here they're not just more parking spots, but they're also larger. Especially for people like us, we drive a big SUV. It's much easier.
Exactly. So where did you buy your first home? Like which part in Lynnwood?
Yeah, so my first house was located in North Lynnwood. The zip code is 98087.
Okay.
So that part.
Kind of a Meadowdale kind of area?
Yeah, it's very close to Edmonds. Meadowdale. So that part is a little further from the shopping center, but it's a little newer, and it's have like some communities built up, and it's more affordable than the rest of Lynnwood. So that's the reason.
It's a little more commute, but you bought it when there was remote working.
Yes.
So that works for you.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, and is that why you moved too?
Speaking of, I moved to Sammamish right now, but it doesn't mean like Lynnwood is not good for a choice. Move to Sammamish was basically, I think, a coincidence. We just happened to see a house that we love so much. And it's also very close to the shuttle stop that my company provides. So I think it's a good choice to make when it starts to have like RTO policies nowadays.
But back to the first home that you bought, is it like was it a new construction as well? Or newer construction?
Yeah, it's I think it's not new construction. It was built in early 2000, 2005 or 6.
Oh, it's still pretty new.
Yeah, it's still pretty new, and it's very spacious. It's 2,400 square feet. But it's only like below 750K at the time. So I think
wow, that's very affordable for new grads, right? So I know there are a couple new construction communities now in Lynnwood. Like Mainville actually has one that is really close to Meadowdale. I really like the community. And then there's a new D.R. Horton townhome community in Lynnwood. So I think Lynnwood has a lot of dirt. Then builders can use that to build bigger communities, and that attracts a lot of younger generation.
I think in terms of like population growth, we'll definitely see very promising population growth, or like wild population growth, especially for those 2 years of pandemic. A lot of people moving from the city center to Lynnwood, and it's having this vibrant culture for the younger people to settle down. So we can definitely see the area is growing and booming.
So do you see there are more like working opportunities here in Lynnwood as well?
So I wish those big tech companies can open an office here.
That's what I'm thinking.
If that happens, then it will be maybe copy the path of Bellevue and become another tech hub. Right now, the most important employer here is Boeing. So Boeing has one of its largest factory in Mukilteo. Mukilteo is a city that's 15 to 20 minutes drive from Lynnwood, and a lot of Boeing people live around. And that also brings some work opportunities. So do you foresee a big potential still for Lynnwood, for people who are
considering Lynnwood as their primary residence as well, what kind of suggestions do you have for them?
I think Lynnwood is a city that's growing fast, and it's having the opportunities ahead. I do think it's an overlooked destination for people to choose where to live, and that's why I come here to recommend to you.
Yeah, I think after this video, people just know more about Lynnwood, and for me, I really, like you said, I kind of overlooked this city for quite some time because it doesn't have the best school district, right?
Yes.
And it's kind of in the north of Seattle instead of north of Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland, where all the high-tech people really like to live. But I have to admit, it is so convenient, and there are so many choices for shopping. I only have one last concern about Lynnwood, and I don't know whether that's correct. I heard from a lot of our clients think that Lynnwood is not a very safe place to live because 99, Highway 99 is right there. What do you feel like when you live here?
So we feel it's a very safe place to live in.
Oh, cool.
So in fact, last year when we heard there was a shooting happen in the mall, we were shocked because basically we perceived that place a very walkable and very safe place to live in. And I think part of the reason from the crime rate doesn't look so great is because we have these huge malls and we have the busy mall area, busy plazas along the major transportation roads.
99,
right? And that's just high traffic, and high traffic brings more people. That more people visit a Lynnwood area. If you divide that by the number of people who live in here, that's not fair.
Right.
You should divide it by how many people come to this area. If we define that matrix, I think Lynnwood is actually a quite safe place to live in.
Yeah, based on the population that it has, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have big plazas, you always have higher crime rate around it.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood itself that is inside or kind of far away from those plazas are fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Andrew, for your time today. And if you are interested in Lynnwood, have any questions, comments below. And if you have a city that you want to recommend to us, I will buy you a lunch and come to sit with you in your favorite cafe, and we talk about the city that you love. Thank you so much, Andrew. I will see you next time.